Good afternoon. My name is Andrew Lukhele. I'm the chairperson of the National Stokvels Association of South Africa. I welcome the opportunity to talk about stokvels and investment today. It is very important to highlight that stokvels are not a homogeneous group of people. As a result, we have different types based on people's aspirations, aims, and objectives. So on my topic of stokvels and the insurance, it's very important to highlight that not every stokvel group would be interested in having a relationship with an insurance company. As you know, insurance companies have different products which might not be suitable to all the types of stokvels we have in the market. But I would like to highlight one grouping which is more receptive to working with an insurance company. This is the category called the burial societies. A burial society is a type of a stokvel where members come together to put money away with the aim of giving members decent funerals in the event of someone dying or a relative dying, just to prevent paupers funerals in the African community. Now, the idea came about after observation that what happens is that a grouping would put money every month or every week or every fortnight. The money will be kept in the bank. In the event of someone dying, the money will be withdrawn to make a specific contribution that has been agreed to by fellow members to the bereaved family. Now, our observation was that because the money is being withdrawn from an existing pool sitting in the bank, there's a risk in the sense that the frequency of death could be high, meaning that members will have to make withdrawals at alarming intervals, which might deplete the savings and the pool of money sitting there. So we suggested that perhaps they need to share the risk of death with someone else. The someone else in this particular instance would be an insurance company in a form of buying a funeral cover. So this has been the most popular product that has created an interface between stokvels and the insurance company. So we have identified a reputable big insurance company as an underwriter so that members get comfort that in the event of someone dying, there'll be no shenanigans and problems encountered in terms of getting the funerals that they've paid for. Now, obviously, because of the popularity of the funeral scheme, other products such as the short-term insurance products are not popular in the relationship between stokvels and the insurance companies. Now, the other interface that we have in the financial services is looking at opportunities for stokvel members to invest their money instead of just putting money away or maybe consuming their money in groceries or having some parties and trips and things like that. So in recent times, there has been mushrooming of different types of stokvels which are focused on investment. Now, the investment comes in different forms. There has been talks of property stokvels where members put money with the idea of growing their money using property as a form of investment. There has been mixed feelings in the property stokvels, in a sense that stokvels typically identify the amount of time that a member would have payment due to him or her. In other words, if we happen to be 12 and we meet on a monthly basis, as a member, I would know that in month 12, I'll be the one in line to receive the lump sum contribution from all the other members. So the payout is predetermined. It's not a lottery. Everyone is entitled to have a share of the contribution that one has made in a group. Now, some of the property stokvel investments don't have this payment ratio clarified upfront. As a result, stokvel members, they enter a territory which is uncharted in a form of uncertainty whether this is the right investment for them or not. So these are some of the loopholes that we have identified in these property stokvels. Some of them are working well, not so with others. Now, we've also identified that a stokvel might work because it happens to have members drawn from the same community, which enhances trust and peer pressure. But we've also noticed that at highest level, there are other stokvel type investment that stokvel members can tap into. I'm talking here about the unit trust investment. We have explored a relationship with some of the big fund managers who have designed unit trust specifically for stokvel members. And they're working well because there are certain elements that work in their favor and have their high returns enhanced. The momentum to encourage stokvel members to explore investment opportunities outside their comfort zone has been exploited by certain unscrupulous operators. In recent times, we know about the well-publicized WhatsApp stokvels, which were created by people who saw an opportunity in exploiting the stokvel membership. The idea was to expose stokvel members to an investment option which promises them high returns at the shortest period of time, which is not in line with the market-related investment opportunities. So in the end, stokvel members have lost money because of those schemes. Unfortunately, this plays in the hands of people who are skeptical, especially from the stokvel sector, are skeptical of exploring new investment opportunities because of those threats and victims or robberies that they were exposed to. However, we still believe that stokvel members going forward, they have a lot to gain in terms of exploring investment opportunities, given the vulnerable environment they find themselves in outside of the financial services opportunities. We still have issues where stokvel members would put money in a bank on weekly basis or monthly basis, only to withdraw the lump sum in December, with one or two members being mandated to take a taxi to go and withdraw about 200,000 to be delivered at someone's house for members to split that money among the beneficiaries. And everyone knows the consequences that goes with such robberies. Some people have been reported to have lost their lives, and others have been injured and all that. We still believe that financial services, as sophisticated as it is in South Africa, needs to expose stokvel members to financial literacy that can enhance element of trust in the system and ensure that people are financially included in the so much talked about South African sophisticated financial system. So we have a long way to go. The success rate that has been tried and tested in the relationship between stokvels and the financial services has been demonstrated in the form of banking, where in 1988, when the association was formed, there was no formal relationship between stokvels and the banking system. People were putting money in the bank using individuals' banking accounts. And you can imagine the risk that comes with it. Legally, any money that comes into my account belongs to me. And stokvel members were in a position where money was being lost because it's in someone's name, and there were fights and instability in the stokvel system. We managed to pilot a product which was tailor-made for stokvels for the first time in the history of this country, with the now defunct building society, the PEM building society, where we had the first account tailor-made for stokvels called the club account. The success of the club account was such that all the other banks copied the savings account. As a result, all the banks today, one way or the other, have an account that is designed for stokvels. But the relationship between stokvels and the banks is not a healthy one, in the sense that banks are still conservative. The relationship is a one-way street. Members are being encouraged to save money, but when it comes to reciprocating that support in a form of affording stokvel members some kind of loans for various needs, be it business or to buy houses or to extend houses, that relationship gets limited when it comes to lending money to their fellow savers. So we believe that going forward, a good saver should be a good borrower, because it's an advanced demonstration of saving in a stokvel setting. The members that want loans from the banks do so on the strength of the money that has already been deposited upfront. So the risk factor is very minimal. But we're working very hard to interface with different stakeholders to ensure that we increase the financial literacy when the opportunity presents itself. In certain months that are dedicated for this, we participate, like in July, which is a National Savings Month, and we're doing so now with the Financial Planning Week. And going forward, we think we can make a contribution to change the stereotypes that the financial services is for those people who have millions. In the process, we hope we can unlock the other type of millions that are sitting under people's mattresses in informal settlements and in people's forum houses, and ensure that financial literacy benefits everyone. Financial inclusion becomes a winner for all the South Africans, and ensure that South Africans become the mainstream participants in this economy of ours, and we build a future which is accommodative of every individual, rich and poor, and ensure that success is defined not by one's race and financial status, but by being a dedicated member of society.